Welcome back to Young Tripp Reactions. The first video we're going to do is police officer shakes Boy Scout's hand. But then this sparks outrage. Check it out. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Tripp family. Also, if you have any videos that you feel that fit the channel, you can post it in my community tab or send it to me over in direct message on Instagram. Plus, come follow me over on Instagram because I post over there anyway, as well too. And let's get into this video. My homie, Willie D.
Willie D live.
What's up, family? I'm about to show you a video that perfectly, emphatically illustrates why America will never, ever, ever be great. Family, we got this black boy and a white boy. They're Boy Scouts inside of what looks like a Home Depot. They got a couple of chairs in their hand. Police officer approaches them and says, yo, the black guy says, everything okay, officer? The officer says, yeah, as long as you pay for those items you got. He's talking to the black boy. He says, as long as you pay for the items you have, right? Now, this is in a longer video, right? And then it happens. The black guy assures the police officer that he's not going to steal the items, they're going to pay for them. And he reaches out to shake his hands, and the cop says, well, check it out for yourself.
Okay, thank you so much. I don't trick hands, sir. Good luck. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Maybe you missed it. That was quick. Let me run that back again.
Good luck, gentlemen. Okay, thank you so much. I don't trick hands, sir. Good luck. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Couldn't have possibly happened. Not here in the United States. Not a police officer who swore to protect the law, to serve and protect the people. Not a police officer doing this to a Boy Scout. Of all black boys, a Boy Scout? Let me play it one more time for you.
Good luck, gentlemen. Okay, thank you so much. I don't trick hands, sir. Good luck. Thank you. Bye-bye.
What? No, that couldn't have happened. Let me run it one more time for you, fam. Let me run it one more.
Okay, thank you so much. I don't trick hands, sir. Good luck. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Now, I know what you're thinking, family. You're incensed. I know it. Heartbreaking, right? But here's the way I see it, fam. I always try to find, I try to find the pot of gold, right? Try to find the silver lining, And I think the silver lining is that the black boy did not intertwine evil spirits with that uncivilized mutt. That's right.
That's exactly what he is, an uncivilized mutt, since he wanted to shake the white boy's hand, and he did. But the black boy, oh, I don't shake hands, sir. Yeah, that uncivilized mutt. That's exactly what he is. Let's continue. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. Also, if you have any videos that you feel that fit the channel, you can post it in the community tab or send it to me over on direct message on Instagram. Let's continue.
Yeah, that's what I saw, fam. That's what I saw. Let me tell you something, family. This is why I do not believe that white cops should work in black neighborhoods, and white cops should not even confront black people. I know somebody said, man, that's crazy. What if the black cops not around? No, I'm just saying it's just too risky. It's too dangerous. White cops interacting with black people is just too dangerous for black people. You know,
I mean, and this is a prime example. I mean, you know, he seemed like he was proud that they were Boy Scouts, and maybe he was a Boy Scout even when he was younger, but it was just like, oh, you black, you African American, I don't want to touch your hands, I don't want to touch you, you probably nasty. That's like basically what his behavior was. And then like the Caucasian guy, oh yeah, 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 good job, good job, son, good job, homie, good job, buddy. Yeah, yeah, keep that Boy Scout stuff up, real good, real good. But the African American guy, it was, nah, who cares about you? Oh, you probably trying to steal that stuff. You gonna pay for that stuff? You gonna pay for that stuff, sir? You gonna pay for that? What? Yeah. And this is why I have these uncivilized mutt cops on my channel, because of this type of behavior. As a person who always wanted to do this job, and I know a lot of people gonna get burned out of me saying this, but it's just the fact that because they keep doing it, I gotta keep explaining everything. And plus I get new subscribers and new viewers and all that. As a person who's always wanted to be a homicide detective, and due to me having bad eyesight and cannot be a homicide detective, and wanting to be a police officer, in general, um, I've never thought about like race or something, or trying to go up to a Caucasian person, or a person that's not of color. Let's even just go there. So a person that's not of color, basically straight up Caucasian, and want to question them. Are you going to pay for that stuff? Or it's them and a black guy in their Boy Scouts, and maybe I was one, or maybe I just appreciate people who are, Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, and I, run across them and I shake that black person, or the white person tries to reach out and shake my hand, and I'm like, oh, I don't shake hands, sir. I don't shake hands, ma'am. But then the white young man, I mean the black young man, or the black young lady, I shake their hand, but I just don't shake the white person's hand. So I'm just not, no. I'm just not that way. I'm here as a cop to serve everybody. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care about none of that. If I was able to do the job, I would do it the right way. But it's just so crazy that we have these uncivilized cops who don't want to do things the right way. It's insane to me. Or think that somebody's lower than you or beneath you because of the color of their skin. That is absolutely crazy. I know people who have vision loss. I know people who can't see anything, and they love black people. And they're Caucasian. And I believe even if they had full normal sight, they probably would still love black people. They probably would even be dating black women. And I'm just thinking of 2 to 3 people right now that I know. It is insane to me how cops that they just, all of a sudden, they just don't like black people, or never have, or how the police departments are always hiring racist people. And of course, we know, if we go back to the whole thing about how the police was actually formed to, take black people back to their slave owners because they would try to run away. And so the police was used to return people back to their slave owners. But, that's not a thing anymore. Cops are now obviously used for protecting and serving the community and following the laws of, state and federal laws within each state and at a federal level, is what police, are to do now. And that's to make everybody follow the laws. It's not about, making sure a black person follow the law, or an Asian person, or a person on the Philippines or Thailand, or somebody that's black, or somebody of color, but let the Caucasian person or let the white person do whatever they want to do. That's not what the police system is made for, but that's what a lot of departments try to make it seem like it's made for, make it seem like that's what they're able to do. And then they wonder why, well, every time a black person gets stopped by the police, they're in fear or scared or have to record or have a second recorder because they think that you're going to shut off the body camera or something like that. Absolutely insane. But let me know what y'all think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Tripp family. Also, if you have any videos that you feel that fit the channel, you can send it to me over on direct message on Instagram or post it in my community tab on YouTube. Let's continue.
Most of the black people that they accost, who they confront, are not, white cops interacting with black people is just too dangerous for black people. Most of the black people that they accost, who they confront, are not criminals, but they will go in and they will make those people's lives a living hell, because the presumption is that they're a criminal. The presumption is that they are guilty of something, you see? So, right, it's just too risky. I know that not all white cops are like that. There are some great white cops out there, you see? So, right, it's just too risky. I know that not all white cops are like that. There are some great white cops out there. But there's just too many of them that have authority over black people. They have authority, period. Where they can turn your life around like that. All they have to do is decide that I'm going to plant some dope on this guy. All they have to do is decide that I'm going to jerk him out of the car, I'm going to yank him out of the car, I'm going to beat him, I'm going to shoot him, I'm going to kill him. Sometimes they have kill on their minds. Sometimes they wake up intent on killing somebody black, and they do. And they often, most often, get away with it. Yeah. Imagine somebody who is a racist, who decides, I'm going to join the police department so I can be a racist. Who decides, I'm going to join the police department so I can be able to wreak havoc on a particular community. Once they become a police officer, they get the badge and the gun and the authority. That's exactly what they do. And in most cases, nothing happens because their superiors oftentimes are the exact same way. In fact, that's how they got the job. You wonder, well, how come they don't vet these guys? They do vet them. They vet them to make sure that they're racist. Yeah, well, they need more training. They don't need more training. They don't need better training. We've seen them interact with others. We've seen them show respect and restraint and patience when they want to.
Yeah, they show restraint and respect towards people who look exactly like them. But when it comes to a person of color, black, Asian, Mexican, oh no, all that is out the window. But as soon as they step in front of a person who looks like them, who's Caucasian, all of a sudden, now you got the restraint, you can handle everything, there's no issues, there's no problems, there's no nothing. Nobody's unalived, nobody's going to no hospital, nobody's injured, no, none of that. But I've also seen cases where they have injured their own too. Some of these cops just don't even care what you look like, and they will just injure you. Think about the case that I have posted on my channel about Mark Hardy, who was here in Kansas City, who was ripped off his bicycle when him and his girlfriend was biking here in downtown Kansas City. Check it out on my channel if you haven't seen it. And where they snatched him off his bike and slammed him into the ground and slammed him on his head when they ripped him off the bike because they had barricades and him and his girlfriend was able to squeeze through it. And Officer Mike Showhalter is his name, and snatched him off the bike and slammed him into the ground. And Mike Hardy was Caucasian. Well, Mark Hardy, he is Caucasian. He's alive. I don't know why I said was. I'm so used to doing these cases where the person is no longer here when I usually speak about a lot of my cases that I do videos on. But Mark Hardy, he is alive. But he has a traumatic brain injury now that he'll have to live with for the rest of his life. And he is suing the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. But yeah, it is absolutely insane. But let's not make it seem like they don't do it to their own. They do it to their own, to the people that they feel is worth doing it to, or that they feel that they can get away with doing it to. If they don't think they can get away with doing it to somebody who's their own, they're not going to do it. But if they feel that they can get away with even doing it to somebody that's their own, which is also Caucasian as well too, they will. And some officers, like I said, don't even care how popular or who or what you are. They'll just do it, and then they'll lose their job, and they just don't care because they've been doing it for so long that they don't even care who they step in front of. They don't care what color they are. They don't care what they look like. They don't care where they from or nothing. Absolutely insane. Let's continue though.
You see? So they don't need more training. They know exactly what to do. They got the same training as the black guys got. So how come the black cops ain't out here killing everybody? Why they not out here shooting black people and killing innocent people? Why are...
Or just injuring them, or slamming them on their heads, or ripping them out of cars, or things like that. I've only seen like one case of a black person with an encounter with a person, and the person wasn't even black. That was the cop. They were actually Mexican. And that was the only time I've ever seen a person of color where they was actually prosecuted and all that. Where they had a situation where they unalived someone, and I think they thought that the person had a push button machine, or the person, or maybe they did, but they thought it was out or something like that, or just because they saw it, and so then they unalived that person, and then they were prosecuted because the person never pulled it out. And like I said, that person I think was Mexican. Any other cases that I've seen regarding even a black person would be they did something on their own time off the clock, and then they got prosecuted for doing something, and then they lost their job. But never have I ever heard, like Willie is talking about, never heard of a black person that's a cop doing something on the clock and lost their job on the clock. People will talk about, like, there was a biracial cop that was there with Derek Chauvin, the person that was, the head mastermind behind the stuff with George Floyd, that there was a biracial cop that was there. And that would be the only other case that I could think of. But everybody knows that Derek Chauvin was the mastermind behind all that. He wasn't, that biracial cop was not the leader of all that. Let's continue. He was actually just starting the job and fresh within the police academy and following his senior advisor, which was Chauvin. He wasn't just making decisions on his own. None of those other cops were. but they all were there. None of them stopped Chauvin, so they were all prosecuted. Let's continue.
Black cops not doing all of that. Black people and killing innocent people. Why are the black cops not doing all of that? Why is there not black cops out here killing white innocent people? Why are they not doing it? I'll tell you why. Because there are guardrails in place to protect the white community. There are guardrails in place to make sure that that black cop knows his place, to make sure that he don't get too far out there, because he knows he will be punished if he does that. You see, the greatest guardrail.
And Willie is spitting nothing but facts. I mean, that's definitely true. A cop of color, like I just brought up how the Mexican cop, I mean, he was prosecuted. I think he got, I forgot how much time they gave. I think they gave him like 40 years, like if he was just like an everyday person out here. They didn't give him no cop years. They gave him like I said, 20 to 40 years. If he would have got, if he was actually not a person of color, if at all, he would have got 5-10 years if he really hey, that guy, he had a push button machine, and oh my goodness, I thought he was gonna use it. I feared for my life. If he was Caucasian, they would have ran with that narrative. Even with the whole situation with Floyd and them, Derek Chauvin, he did something that was just so crazy. That's why nobody couldn't back him and nobody couldn't do nothing. Even though there's people who do back him because they like to use the whole drug narrative with Floyd and his situation. There's people that do back him behind that, but they all really know the truth that Derek really unalived Floyd, due to systemic racism. They know that. It's just the fact that because you racist like him, so you want him to be released, you want him to be out here to continue his racist behavior and wish that he was reinstated and all this other stuff, right? Even though you know that he really should not be, because that is not normal to be sitting on somebody's neck for 10 minutes. That is crazy. And so, yeah. But just imagine, like Willie is saying, just imagine if a total black cop was the one that was sitting on a white person that, doing the same thing like to George Floyd. There wouldn't be so many people out here saying, oh, him about drugs and all this other stuff, if the guy was also, this Caucasian guy was doing drugs similar to Floyd. You wouldn't hear that. You would want the black cop prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law and claim that he did something wrong. You see what I'm saying? Right. But, we already know how all this go. And that's why there's activists like me, Willie D, Candace Matthews, Trey King, just more and more and more of us, ones that do it through social media, and then the ones that actually go out into the communities like Candace Matthews. Let's continue.
Is accountability. So black cops will be punished if he does that. You see, the greatest guardrail is accountability. So black cops are typically held accountable for their actions when they do something dirty, right? Especially to somebody white. Oh, they absolutely are going to be held accountable. And that means that they know their beans from their cornbread. They know who to mess with and who not to mess with. Just like these white officers. Some of these, sometimes they pull over black people and they try to treat them like anybody, or they accost somebody black and they think they're just anybody. Then they find out, oh, he FBI. Oh, that's a senator. Oh, that's a state rep. Oh, hell, can't do that. Can't do that. Oh, I'm sorry they lose their job and all of that stuff. But, that's rare, right? That's the exception, not the rule. That cop needs to be investigated. Every single case he's ever had, especially involving black people, should be reviewed. Because, in fact, you ain't even got to review it. Just go and take every single case and reverse the outcome, no matter what it is, no matter what, because the case has been compromised by a full-blown racist. The case is compromised.
Well, I get where Willie's coming from, but I believe that the cases need to be investigated. Very similar to Ashley Gonzalez. I know that Willie is speaking from his own, emotional feelings. I'm going to speak from it as a person who always wanted to be a homicide detective. I'm going to speak from it, as, an advocate for this type of stuff. Every one of his cases needs to at least that involve a person of color, not just black or African American. A person of color needs to be investigated. All of his cases involving a person of color, black, Asian, everything needs to be investigated from top to bottom. That definitely needs to take place. You don't need to reverse the outcomes because you don't know what Willie doesn't know either, and I don't know either. What type of cases what about a person who did something to a woman or a child or anything like that? You don't want to reverse stuff like that. If it's falsely unjust, hopefully the system will find a flag with that, regarding testing, kits, things like that. I think that every one of his cases should just be investigated that involved a person of color, black, Asian, everything. And that's how that should be handled. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Tripp family. Also, if there's any videos that you feel that fit the channel, post them in the community tab or send them to me over on direct message on Instagram. Let's continue.
No matter what they come, no matter what it is, no matter what, because the case has been compromised by a full-blown racist. The case is compromised. No matter what they did, the case is compromised. Now, I know what some of y'all saying, no, man, if they this, they that, you got to leave them in there. No, fam. You got to let them go. Because this uncivilized mutt has tainted the case. It's just like with O.J. Simpson and Mark Furman. Many people think that O.J. did it. But Mark Furman, being the racist that he is, he blew the case for the prosecution. He absolutely blew the case when he planted evidence. He planted blood and planted a glove at the scene and all this stuff. He planted stuff. He planted evidence. And that's how, well, that was the main thing that Johnny Cochran used to win the case. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit. Mark Furman with his racist stinking ass, and I'll say stinking today because he's dead. I think he died about a week or two ago. Out of here. Horrible, horrible person. But guess what happened? Once again, they rewarded bad behavior. They gave this clown a job at Fox. He put out a couple of books that sold a lot of copies. He made money when he left the department. Yeah, he was shamed. He was embarrassed. His cover was blown, but he got paid. And in America, that's how you reward people, or you punish them. You make sure people get paid, or you take some money away from them. He got paid. And that's what's going on with a lot of these uncivilized mutts today, like the Chud, the Builders, the Kyle Rittinghouses, the George Zimmermans, the uncivilized mutt who was at the Cinnabon restaurant in the mall, who was, hurling racial insults. They all got a bag out of their bad behavior. This is why America is not ever going to be great. Societies are supposed to go forward, not backwards. This society is stuck in a perpetual state of racism, hatred, and we don't learn from past events. Like, with all of these technological advances, everything advances except it seems like everything advances in this country except humanity. Everything advances. You get advanced everything, except humanity, except compassion, except unity, except love. Who'd have had that song? What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that's too little of. Now, I know that might sound a little corny to some people, but what's the alternative? What say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Youngster, keep your head up, man. Keep your head up. What he did, what that uncivilized mutt did to you, is not going to define you. It will refine you. No more talk.
Willie is absolutely right. It will help you move forward. It will not define you. It will make you better. Let me know what y'all think. I'll have the original video pinned at the top of the chat and in a link in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Tripp family. And if there's any videos that you feel that fit the channel, post them in my community tab or send it to me over on direct message on Instagram. Also, my Instagram will be spelled out in the pinned comment, and the link to just hit it to go straight to my Instagram if you, maybe just have issues typing or just don't want to copy it and try to do all that. The link is in the description. Also, I'm getting ready to go back through this video where I can shoot the video, where I can actually release the actual video, where I can shoot it and show you the video as well too. Peace.